Don't worry, it's just the figure shelf. Hi, I'm Mark, and this is Subliteral Network. I make art and comics, and thanks for watching. Remember to hit like and subscribe and to leave your feedback in the comments. I post art daily, 5 days a week on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and this is our roundup of that work in case you missed it, with a little more detailed description added. You can read my Una the Cape Bunny comics free at radiocomics.com, and please visit my Patreon page if you'd like to support my work. All these links are in my description and bio, and please watch till the end so you don't miss anything. Another Sharpie sketch that I ended up liking it a lot, so that I stuck it in Sketchbook Pro to paint it up. It's a giantess, and you see that she's kind of holding on to a mountain next to her to kind of give her scale. And I loved drawing these giantesses. I haven't done one for a while, and they're in my sketchbook to do. But sometimes you just see how the sun is rising over, and you just get a little bit on her shoulder first, as if the sun is just rising over the rim of the world. It's sometimes when you work at this scale, it's a chance to do something really interesting with light. And frankly, this is a piece that I really feel like I should draw it again and paint it again and make it super special, rather than just sort of a tossed off sketch that I like later. That happens a lot, and it's good to do a lot of sketching, I think, because you come up with ideas in a way that you don't just by sitting around thinking about them. Drawing a bunch of lines and getting kind of ideas going generates further ideas. So that's one of the values of sketching, even if you never show the stuff to anyone else. I had a piece of scrap cardboard from a cookie package that I did, and a couple of Sharpies in my pocket, so I just made this bookmark out of it. It's just basically kind of a woman standing there in a suit, but it brings up an issue that I like to talk about sometimes, is that this is just a woman in regular clothes standing there. And I think it is important to learn how to make a dramatic presentation out of people standing there just in ordinary clothing. And this was something I had been thinking about for a while, and this was kind of just my first shot at it. Just a sketch to see what would happen if I did it. I still like it, and I still use it as a bookmark. This is a Sharpie sketch I sent along in the package with a She-Hulk drawing that I had auctioned off on eBay. And I like these little Sharpie drawings. If someone wins, I just stick a little sketch in there as kind of a thank you note. But sometimes I get a new idea just off of the thank you note. And this one, I don't know, there's something to be said for just a quick little drawing that you toss off. There's often you're finding solutions on the fly, and you just sort of do things that you wouldn't ordinarily do if you had more time to think about them. This is not my drawing. This was drawn by Jim Starlin when he was doing the Warlock, his original Warlock run at Marvel Comics back in the 70s. At the time, Jim Starlin was drawing superhero comics like nobody else was. He had a very naturalistic hand, but a very stylized look. And I love the way he drew Gamora, with the two skulls on the side over there. Jim Starlin was one of the early artists in the mainstream comics who was doing just sort of this really hyper detailed look. And I think that he really set a graphic standard, continuing on from people who were working like Jim Steranko and Bernie Wrightson and other people. I think also he put a graphic edge onto it, in addition to adding so much detail that is kind of remarkable, a little unique, and just a very skilled hand. Plus, his science fiction, which Warlock was happening all in space, and see little skulls there, that's just not something that you see in science fiction illustration. That's more of a fantasy trope or look. Jim Starlin just kind of mixed it all up and getting us kind of a Steve Ditko-esque look to a lot the work that he was doing. This is another little Sharpie sketch that I put in with an eBay winner who he won these the two originals that I had done with these two characters, so I just combined the shipping and tossed in this one sketch. On the left is Princess Projectra from the Legion of Superheroes. That's her old costume design from DC Comics, like back in the 70s. And on the other side is a red She-Hulk. She's wearing the scraps and has the black hair. And the characters don't go together. But when you sketch them together like this, you just sort of think, wow, they kind of really do go together.